Tony, what was the plan coming in? Obviously, trying to slow down Ellinger, especially on the runs, had to be a big part of it. So, what did you want to do, and how well did you guys think you accomplished that?
We knew going into the game, Ellinger was a dynamic quarterback, and he uses his feet to make a lot of plays he's done. So our object was to keep him in the box and not let him roll out and make as many plays throwing the ball. And I feel like we did that. I feel like we did that to the best of our ability today.
Kevin Kinder.
Tony, can you describe some of your tactics? Looked like you were spying some in the middle of the field, but I know that's tough to do because it kind of gives up a defender. If you're in that role, what are your keys to doing that and to keeping a running quarterback contained?
With spying the ball, you're not really a spy. I mean, that takes yourself out of the play, like you said. So, I mean, as being a spy, you still got to know concepts, route concepts, what's coming from the field and boundary. So that was my focus. I mean, when I was a spy, I had to I had to recognize the receiver's alignment, if they're inside the hash, outside the hash, so I knew where they would come to.
Greg?
Did their run game, was it more effective than you thought? I mean, you held Ellinger down, but the rest of the Longhorns got a few yards on you.
Yeah, they did a lot of pulling with two people, and they were really trying to isolate me. And I feel like they did execute a little bit in the first half, running the ball, but really the first quarter. And as soon as we were able to talk it out and find out what we needed to do, and it's like me boxing the pullers in and having our safeties fall and flow in, we were able to stop it.
Cody?
So they scored on the first drives of each half. But other than that, I think it was just a field goal. Is there a reason for that, do you think? Or is that just one of those things that just happens sometimes?
I mean, yeah, you can't make no reasoning for when the team scores. If it went my way, they wouldn't have scored at all. But I mean, they scored the first half, the first drive, and like I told the team right when we got to the sideline, so what? Now what? Let's move on. Let's try to. The game's not over. 7 points ain't nothing.
Back to Greg.
You were on the field when the fumble recovery was reversed. Did you have a view? Did you think that was a lateral forward pass? What were your thoughts, and how disappointing was it not to come away with that?
It was disappointing seeing that they gave them the lateral call and what gave them the forward pass call, but it made sense. The receiver was going forward. He took off like 2 yards, I believe, forward to get to the ball. And I think the ball touched his hand when his feet were on the line of scrimmage. So it made sense. So, like I said, that was another play where we were like, so what, now what? Let's move on. Let's go get this stop because it was a dogfight.